Hello students, now in this video let's see a last topic of the statistics paper 1 from the chapter 5 theory of attributes, that is Euler's coefficient of association. Euler's coefficient of association. Now, what does this? As a measure of intensity of association between two attributes A and B. Woodney Euler gave the coefficient of association Q defined as Q equal to frequency of AB into frequency of alpha beta minus frequency of A beta into frequency of alpha B upon frequency of AB into alpha beta plus frequency of A beta into alpha B. Fine. Now this is Euler's coefficient of association. Now note, this coefficient of association Q lies between -1 and 1. Coefficient of association Q lies between -1 and 1. Okay. Now, what does this gives? Interpretation. If Q positive, there is positive association between attributes A and B. If Q is less than 0, there is negative association between attributes A and B. Again, if Q is 0, then two attributes A and B are independent. If Q is equal to 1, this says then two attributes A and B are completely associated. and if Q equal to -1, then two attributes A and B are completely dissociated. Now let's see examples on these. Example: verify whether the two attributes A and B are independent positively associated or negatively associated in each of the following cases, using Euler's coefficient of association. AB is 50, A beta is 79, alpha B is 89, alpha beta is 782, N is 1000, A is 450, B is 600, AB is 340, A is 490, AB, these are three, each of the following cases it is mentioned, sorry. Now first, AB equal to 50, A beta equal to 79, alpha B equal to 89 and alpha beta equal to 782. Another, N equal to 1000, A is 450, B is 600, AB is 340. Again, next one, A is 490, AB is 294, alpha is 570 and alpha B is what? 380 is here. Now, from Euler's coefficient of association, we have to verify whether these two attributes are independent, positively associated or negatively associated. What are they? So let's find out Q. Now Q is equal to, for first one, what is the formula for Q? It is AB, frequency of AB into frequency of alpha beta minus frequency of A beta into frequency of alpha B. upon frequency of AB into frequency of alpha beta plus frequency of A beta into frequency of alpha B. Fine. Now from first one, put up the values here. We get 50 into 782 minus 79 into 89 upon 50 into 782 plus 79 into 89. By simplifying it, we get it is 0.6952, which is positive. It is strictly greater than 0. So, from the interpretation of Euler's coefficient of association, we can say here the attributes A and B are positively associated. Are what? Positively associated. Are positively associated. Now, next one, that is AB is what? 340. So, from that we can determine A beta, frequency of A beta. We need that one in Q. A beta is what? A minus AB. We have the frequency of A also, that will be 450 minus 340. So, we get it is 110. Again, also we need alpha B. Alpha B has a result B minus AB. So, B is 600 minus 340. So, it will be 260. Again, alpha beta. What is alpha beta? It is N minus A minus B plus AB. So, it is 1000 minus 450 minus 600 plus 340. So, this is 290. Therefore, what is Q here? The formula for Q will be same. Frequency of AB into frequency of alpha beta minus frequency of A beta into frequency of alpha B upon frequency of AB into frequency of alpha beta plus frequency of A beta into frequency of alpha B. So, put up these values here. AB is 340 into alpha beta is 290, we have round, minus A beta is 110 into what? 260 upon 340 into 290 plus 110 into 260. Simplifying it, we get this is equal to 0.5503, which is again strictly positive. Therefore, the attributes A and B are again positively associated for this data also. Positively associated. Now, the third case is left. So, let's see that. Now, in third one, frequency of AB is given to us, that is 294. Frequency of alpha B with us, that is 380. Only the frequency of A beta and alpha beta is left. So, frequency of A beta can be obtained from the result that frequency of A minus frequency of AB. So, that is equal to 490 minus 294. So, that is 196. And frequency of alpha beta is frequency of alpha minus frequency of alpha B. So, it is 570 minus 380. So, it is 190. Fine. So, find out Q here. So, Q is what? Same result here. A beta into what? Alpha B upon AB into alpha beta plus A beta into alpha b. Put up the values here. AB is 294 into 190 minus 196 into 380 upon 294 into 190 plus 196 into 380. So it is minus 0.1429, which is less than 0. Therefore, the attributes A and B are negatively associated. Now, let's see the next example. (1,660) candidates appeared for competitive examination. Competitive examination. 425 were successful. 252 had attended a coaching class. And of these 150 were successful. Complete. Find Euler's coefficient of association. Between success and utility of coaching. Solution. Now, let the attribute success be denoted by A and the attribute utility of coaching class be denoted by B. Then N we get, N is how much? 1660. Frequency of A means successful candidates, that are how much? 425. Fine. Now utility of coaching class, so that will be B, frequency of B. So 252 had attended the coaching class, so that will be frequency of that one. Fine. And 150 were successful using coaching, so it is combination of them. So AB, that will be frequency of AB, that is how much? 150. Once we get these values, these are basic ones. So from this we can easily determine other missing frequencies to determine Q. So let's determine A beta first. Frequency of A beta is what? Frequency of A minus frequency of AB. So it is 425 minus 150 equal to 275, and frequency of alpha b will be frequency of b minus frequency of AB, that is 252 minus 150, so it is 102, and frequency of alpha beta is n minus frequency of A minus frequency of B plus frequency of AB. So it is 1660 minus 425 minus 252 plus 150, that is equal to 1133. Therefore, Q equal to frequency of AB into frequency of alpha beta minus frequency of A beta into alpha B upon frequency of AB into frequency of alpha beta plus frequency of A beta into alpha B, that is equal to 150 into 1133 minus 275 into 102 upon 150 into 1133 plus 275 into 102, that is equal to 0.7167, which is positive. Therefore, there is a positive association between success and utility of coaching class. And now then let's see one more example. Out of total population of 1000, the number of vaccinated persons was 600. In all, 200 had an attack of smallpox, and out of these 30 were those who were vaccinated. Do you find any association between vaccination and freedom from attack? Use Euler's coefficient of association. Solution: let the attribute vaccination be denoted by E, and the attribute attack be denoted by B. Then N is equal to 1000, A is 600, B is 200, AB is what? 30. So A beta is A minus AB, that is 600 minus 30, that is equal to 570. Alpha B is equal to B minus AB equal to 200 minus 30 is equal to 170. Alpha beta is equal to N minus A minus B plus AB equal to 1000 minus 600 minus 200 plus 30, and that is equal to 230. Therefore, Q equal to AB into alpha beta minus A beta into alpha B upon AB into alpha beta plus A beta into alpha B. So put up the values, we get 30 into 230 minus 570 into 170 upon 30 into 230 plus 570 into 170. So simplifying it, we get 0.8671, which is positive. Therefore, there is minus, it is negative. Therefore, there is a negative association between vaccination and attack of smallpox. This is all about the chapter of theory of attributes. In this chapter, we have seen the definition of attribute, its classification, then order of it, class frequencies of it, how can we check the consistency of the data, criteria for consistency of the data, independence of an attribute, association of an attribute, and finally Euler's coefficient of association for attribute. So in this way, our syllabus for statistics paper 1, that is descriptive statistics, is completed. And if you have any doubt, any query, you can ask either on WhatsApp group or on Google Classroom. Okay, thank you.